It's the Caleb MTG Show.
Hello. That's an incredible fucking pack, huh? Yeah, I actually think Orcs might be the best non-power card, too. Oh, that's not true. I have Frog over Orcs. That's right. I have Time Walk over Black Lotus, but we had a really satisfying Time Walk deck yesterday where we got to play it a whole bunch. That was my one trophy. That was the first deck that I trophied with. So I'm going to take Black Lotus here just to switch it up a little bit. Just to have some diversity. Keep things interesting for myself. I'm going to grab this Brain Freeze. That's a pretty good card with Black Lotus. And then I think I'm going to grab the Echo here. Although Vamp's interesting, huh? Vamp is interesting. Storm. Yeah, ideally Breach. But we'll see. I guess I'm just grabbing Shelldog here. Looking at Pierce, looking at Duress. I mean, if we do get Breach, there's a chance we're not black at all. But if we end up doing Storm stuff, then Duress is going to be pretty nice. Guess I'll grab it. Ooh, a Delta. Yeah, Delta, Manamorphose, Treasure Cruise, all interesting. Even if we get Breach, we might still be Grixis, huh? Play some tutors and stuff. I think we passed a Vamp earlier. Watergrave, Brainstorm. Interesting. Brainstorm to set up Shelldog Isle is kind of cute. We're just going to grab the Watergrave. Duel's too strong. Hey, Duke Wiggles thinks of 72 months. Is Yogg's Will on the table? It certainly is. Best way to Storm, huh? If you don't have Breach. The other day you got Yogg's Will last pick. I mean, value Yogg's Will is just not very good these days. So you got to be doing something real specific for that Yogg to call to you. Fatal Push, Dark Confident, Fire Ice. I'll just grab Push here. Hello. I'm just going to take Mystical. I mean, I could be Doomsday, Maybe I should have taken that Oracle. Maybe we're High Tide Storm. I mean, I'm not hoping to be Doomsday. Doomsday with no Oracle. Twista. Oh, there's a Psychic Frog. Yeah, I'm just going to draft that. Because that card wins a lot of games. Frog playing well with Twister, of course. As well as Echo that we already have. What are we waiting for, huh? What do we want? Demonic Tutor would be gas. Still wouldn't hate Breach. Even as my only red card, I'd play Breach. There's a Dark Ritual. I'm into it. Feels like kind of whatever we end up doing, we'll want Dark Ritual, Ponder, don't hate a Ponder. There's a Volcanic Island. Haven't given up on Breach just yet. I don't think I want any of this, Our colors are looking a little intensive to just throw Caracas into the deck. Card's pretty good, though, Concealing Curtains is not a bad card. I do have a Psychic Frog in here. Maybe we just end up some weird Tempo Shell. I ended up regretting passing that That ninja in the first pack, huh? The blue-black one. I don't want to play Luris. I know people are like rock hard for Luris, so they like really like it with Black Lotus. I haven't found it to be especially good. Is Doomsday still possible? It certainly is. We have a Dark Ritual and a Black Lotus here. Of course Doomsday is possible. If that Gush we saw earlier wheels, which it should, that'd be a really nice Doomsday card. The Sedgemoor Witch, I thought about it. I think Liliana's just better, especially when we have two different ways of turn one-ing it. Also helps us bid Echo and stuff. Little Tendies action, hum. Hello. Citadel and Tendrils are pretty good together. We haven't seen Sensei's Divining Top yet, right? Oh no, it's right there. I guess we did see it earlier. Perfect. Much more exciting to me than Alaris. With Citadel Top's just going to let us play our whole deck. Currently, we're just like Dark Ritual, Black Lotusing out Citadel. Ideally, we get more, Pardon my yawn. I said pardon it. Do I prefer Tendrils over Brain Freeze typically? I prefer Brain Freeze if I have Breach. By like a country mile. Tendrils is better if you're just Yogg's willing. Workshop and Black Lotus could turn one of Bolas's Citadel. Just saying. Just saying. I've drafted that deck before. Shops combo. Hey, Jackpot thinks the sub, thinks the 67 months. Cube is dead, long live the cube. What would I pick between Breach and Yogg-Will if I saw them both in the same pack? Like in pack 3, pick one. I don't know, it'd probably still Breach. Starting to get close, between the two. Sorin makes it so you don't have to Tendrils for as much. Kind of cute. Narset's good with Echo. Can never have too good of mana. The Darkslick Shores is mighty tempting. I think I'm just going to grab this Narset. Mana Vault's another one that helps me play the Citadel pretty quick. And that is something I am into. Oh shit, what up? Oh hey, Yogg's Will, Cabal Ritual. Well, I don't hate that. Yeah, between Cabal Ritual and High Tide, we should wheel something here. Zazu has gifted 5 subs. Congratulations to Gibbon++, to the Masticore Slayer, to Spike MDG, to Woist, and to Armadillo AL. Once again, congratulations, folks. And thanks to Zazu. You lost the bet? What bet? You heard there's some cube action here? You heard correctly. Right, I'm deciding whether to preordain Thoughtseize or Undercity Sewers. I think I'm going to grab that Sewers. Just having some filtering in the mana base is pretty good. I think we'll be okay on playables. Those are really excellent cards, though, huh? Preordain and Thoughtseize. This is the deck that you'd love to see me pilot. Just Storm. Well, then you're in luck. Certainly a few cards we could update. I'm not high on these curtains. Liliana and Jace could come out. Gush is a little mid. Entomb finds Echo. I guess Entomb also works with Yogg's Will, I think that's good enough for me. Sorry, Reanimator player. I'm sorry! Curtains for the curtains, yeah. Currently our only real way of finding the Citadel or the Yogg's Will. Or I guess Mystical Tutor can find Yogg's Will. Well, that's good. I was going to say some like random cantrips and Narset down ticks, but the Mystical Tutor makes me feel a lot better. Got some good options for that one. I'm just gonna Night's Whisper. It wouldn't be a crazy time to try out Storm Chaser's talent. If you connect a couple times with it, with the token, it just makes it easier to tendril somebody. Hard to say no to a card draw spell, though, huh? Interesting, the Darkslick Wield. So Soren's just with tendrils, but it lets you, like, win with a half tendrils. Like, it doubles whatever you tendrils for him. I guess I'll grab it. Talent is a win con, getting it to level 3. I don't think we're short on win cons. Could cut the Fatal Push from the main. I tend to like Baleful in these decks. I almost never play Entomb outside of, like, actual Reanimator. Could play 16 lands here. Help offset all the rituals. There's like 4 rituals. Bunch of cantrips. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a little bit more spell dense, Double black and double blue. Dark Ritual fixes for black. We are black heavier. Well, there's an island there. I think this is probably just right. Like, Sheldog Isle only produces blue. The other ones are all a wash, right? We super lost our 64 person, yeah. It's the win con. There's a few. The main ones are Tendrils of Agony or Brain Freeze, huh? Bloom. I think I've been in Tomb here. Well, it's kind of a 1-mana tutor for Time Twister. Twister is good with Frog. I guess the only other real option is the Wall Therapy, though. I don't want to do that. Therapy helps me cast Citadel if I find it. Waiting for Son of Torg. Science rules. Anyone have any cool plans for Friday? Baking cookies? Perfect. You're gonna go see the Russian circles. Nice. Hope you have a good time. Severance Watch Party. Very cool. Love that show. Eye Doctor. That's no fun. Gonna grill some beer brats. Yeah, the weather's starting to get good. I grilled in the snow a few times, but now the weather's, like, actually good. Might do some grilling this weekend myself. Just gonna F&M it up. Nice. You're gonna go play snooker. Interesting. I haven't played snooker in a long time. Omnom has a local arcade / pinball expo. Very fun. Yeah, there's one of those in Milwaukee. I went with some friends last year, and they had a table, and I helped them set up. So I got the vendor pass, which I've never had before. Which technically could have gotten me in, like, slightly early on some days and stuff, but I just didn't do any of that at all. I was just in the pool room. Sick friend brags. Oh yeah. Yeah, snap off that block if I'm the opponent. Yeah, I was thinking, like, if there's, like, one good card, I could take it and then shuffle with the Delta before playing the top. Sentinel only makes you tax the first card you play each turn, so the top's going to be nice. But yeah, we're going to shuffle this. Okay, I think I'll duress. We're going to save this Delta for a top shuffle. I think we're just going to duress this turn, No hits, but we know a little bit more about their hand now. And it is looking a bit on the clunky side. You just read the frog for the first time? That card's fucked up. Oh, very cool, Kiwi Splat. Oh yeah, Rootin'? Yeah, I really want one. I just don't think I'm gonna get there. They're pretty expensive. It's like, kind of hard to justify them. What era of pin would I want? I don't know about era. I really like the Iron Maiden machine, and I really like the Rush machine. I would probably get one of those. I like both Iron Maiden machines. I do. I'm random. Not one of the most. I think it is the best non-power card in the cube. That's my pick anyway. Oh shit! What up? Hey, Winged Yeti. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 40 months. Yeah, I've like splashed for frog and stuff, and it'd be just dominant. I've just been gifted Taco Bell. Hey, much love, Lewin. Was Psychotog in Vintage Cube at one point? I don't remember Psychotog ever being in. You can check. So someone posted all a solid number of the holiday cubes. You look at the 2012 version, probably the most likely to have Psychotog in it. It's not here. There is Shadow Mage Infiltrator and Agony Warp, but no Psychotog. It being 2 mana means it sneaks under Nadu and Minsk, etc. I mean, I had a game where I played Psychotog. My opponent played Minsk on turn 2, and I just fucking bodied them. Their Minsk token couldn't attack into my Psychic Frog, and then my Psychic Frog killed Minsk and drew a card. Like it was like the fact that it cost 2 mana instead of 4 didn't matter because they both came down on turn 2. Psychic Frog is fucked up. Just fixing this. I guess we could draw it with Frog. What you got, opponent? Hardcast Overlord. They have the mana for it. Might want to play around Days, I guess. Yeah, I just slammed 2. Is the Storm deck about to win by Frog? I don't think so. God damn it. I think that just wins. Like, it doesn't, like, insta-win. I am at 12, and it's going to deal me 11 damage. But it prevents me from using the Citadel effectively. That's kind of my deck here. What kind of food did I get? Just a couple of burritos from Taco Bell. Well, maybe a mini tendrils can get me there. I shuffled away my Echo. It should have been this draw, The Entomb for Echo line. Yeah, we're kind of poorly set up against fourth, huh? Not a lot of counters. None, in fact. We've been in a real good spot if they just, like, played a big chonker that turn. Because then we could have Citadeled and popped off. Discarding the Cabal Ritual was brutal. We mentioned earlier. If we kept that and discarded something else to the Psychic Frog, then we could have played the Citadel a turn earlier and comboed off. So that was unfortunate. I think Curtains is likely better than Talent in this matchup. Was I supposed to top there? I mean, what was top gonna find me? A Black Lotus doesn't do it. I like cast a Sorin and a Fatal Push. The turn before they fourthed. I was leaving up my removal spell to exile their 4/3. That was pretty clear. I'm paying for the things so they wouldn't draw a card. It might have been correct to play around fourth specifically, but I typically don't play around cards until I've seen them. There's too many one-ofs in Vintage Cube to like play around everything at all times, right? So usually just making the best face-up play you can is better. I think I'm gonna shock myself. Wish I had an Underground Sea in here. That'll let me Mystical on 1 and him to Turok on 2. Could have just gotten the Surveil Land instead of Mysticaling, but I think I want to go get the Dark Ritual. Just make sure I have that. And then him to Turok on 2 here. Epiphany is not good at blocking Dark Scythe. Against, you'd be making 1/1 flyers versus 2/2 tramplers. Instead, I activated Tar Pit, ate a creature, and removed another thing. And then I didn't have to replay my top, right? It's not just like topping into the Epiphany, then you're tapping the top and drawing it and stuff. And you don't know the Epiphany's there. It's just... Opponent has to keep Solitude in against me. Because they saw Frog last game. I like the build in this track a lot. The chorus is a little annoying. Gets a little dubsteppy here. The deck from yesterday went 2-1. Felt like it could have trophied. We had a couple decks like that today. Now we need to rip a untapped land here. Or a Ritual Hum. That'll do. So we don't have lethal. Might need to find a creeping tar pit or something to finish this game up. We'll see. I kind of thought that I could mastery in there too. Kind of regret not playing that removal spell off the top. Would have given me one more storm. Would have gotten rid of this tracker. I was thinking that I might need to pay a bunch of more life and play a bunch more things off the top. So I didn't want to pay 4 life for a removal spell, but ended up working out very poorly for me. But that was my reasoning. Just know if the frog is going to get as large as we want to make it. And, oh, I have no way of actually casting brain. Oh, I'll cast the brain freeze off the top. That's right, if I see it. When I get down to like... I was going to say, when I get down to like 10 life, maybe I'll ponder. I'll go a little lower. Cool. Yeah, it looks like the opponent had some mana issues that game, huh? Glad we got to do the thing. Did the thing twice, comboed twice, yeah. It's heartening to know that the brain freeze wasn't necessary, right? Like the frog was just gonna win. Did I win? Well, if I had lost, I would be 0-2, right? I wouldn't be sitting here in sideboarding. Sorry about the ill-timed ad break, though. The extort would have won first. Not if I just like passed when I had my frog. Nor does it like really matter. Like my sentence was. Never mind. We don't have to quibble here. Game 3 on the draw. Just gonna lead on the Shelldock. One awkward thing about putting Echo underneath Shelldock Isle is then I just don't have access to it, but it's still probably correct here. AJ Noon thinks the sobbing said 25 months there. Pretty excited to see Thraben instead of a more aggressive turn 2 play. So we're going to spin, but next turn we've got this Delta, so we can fetch, refresh the top. Think about getting the Surveil land and then spinning top with the Surveil trigger on the stack too. If we have a more filtering action. Got me. Damn, hum. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Joe Hef thinks it's 73 months. Zern Orb's interesting. Oh, we saw Titania earlier, right? But get some nice damage in. There's something to self-brain freezing just to turn the Shelldock Isle on, hum. So on board, the opponent's got 5. If they went land 4th, they'd have Xaxes here. A fellow Bloatus enthusiast. This flipping Ulenwald. That's 10, right? 10 damage. 10's pretty good. You could try spinning top here, looking for Yawgmoth's Will. I guess I'll do that. Well, that's a bummer. Hopefully don't lose by a single mana here. Good. I mean, we have the Echo Flashback. These cards are all good. The issue is, I think we just gave them a fresh 7. I think we have to win this turn. This hand doesn't win this turn. We had a little bit more life to work with. We could go like Narset plus Echo and Fatal Push their fucking thing. And then just pass. And they'd have a 1-2 and like 1 card in hand. Probably be fine there. I think I just have to straight up flashback Echo, though. On board, you can Fatal Push their Uvenwald and like make a few occult tokens to block. That's a line that you have, but you're just dead to so many things, like hasters and burn spells and all that stuff. I think it's better to try and win this turn. Well, there's a Tendrils. Storm count to 4. So you would gain 10 and then they'd attack you back. I think we need to ponder and find Black Lotus, basically. So you could play the Psychic Frog and then Fatal Push their critter. I think I'm going to shuffle. Well, shittledicks. Yeah, Brain Freeze only mills 27. Or, I'm sorry, 21, not 27. I feel like I was close. Or at least, like, close to stabilizing. I needed the mana to be able to Fatal Push the Ulvenwald and play the Tendrils. So the mana that I spent spinning top looking for Yogg's Will, it did give me, like a somewhere between a 1 in 4 and 1 in 5 chance of just waiting the spot. So I thought the investment of the mana was worth. But if I had not spent it, I could stabilize here, right? I wouldn't have had to play the Ponder. I could have just Fatal Pushed and then played Tendrils for, 14, put him to 3. Oh, well. Oddly close game. I'm not huge on this opener. I'm also not a fan of mulliganing too aggressively before I know what the matchup is and everything. At least our mana's good. The sewers can filter a little bit. Hey, this hand just got a lot better. I'm going to keep that. I'm just going to fire off him on 2, and then on turn 3 I'll duress into the frog. Yeah, the odds of hitting weren't great. They have this relic to refuel their hand. Went through a lot of cards last turn. They're still churning. Hey, Turg, son of Torg. Thanks for the match, by the way. GG's. Yeah, my second hand, Turg had Tendrils, but I didn't have any fast mana. If I just cast the Tendrils, well, you had 10 damage on board. And I had a Fatal Push, but I didn't have the mana to cast the Fatal Push and the Tendrils. So that's why I did like the Ponder Shuffle stuff there at the end. Deceptively close game. You're sorry if you played slow? Oh, you didn't play slow. You played fine. Good luck in your next rounds. This mystical tutor would have found Echo, that I could have been to the frog. Drawn some here. Oh, well, that will also do it. Guess I'll dress. So Retrofit is going to brick my frog next turn. So however much damage I want to get in, I kind of need to do it now. Considering bidding the Epiphany in this Swamp Tomb. 7 damage will put them to 9. Let's just spin the Swamp. No, I'll spin them both. Snap activating Retrofitter makes me think they don't want to, or snap activating the Relic of Sauron makes me think they don't want a Retrofitter block main. Jumping the frog before the echo. Yeah, I probably should have done that, We have them even if they don't play a Spell Pierce there. The Sorin flips and just like doubles whatever whatever life I gained. So a Tendrils for 4 life was lethal. We didn't need to draw the Bitter Triumph or anything. Few targets for Fatal Push. Actually, I wonder if they have a Tinker target that I want to Treachery. Like some Blightsteel thing. I guess Liliana's better against Blightsteel. I'm just going to jam this. Sorin Tendrils is a sweet combo, right? Yeah, it was kind of an afterthought in our build here. Hell yeah, Flaxabitten. A little bit of winning today. A little bit of losing today, too. Kind of looks like a Tinker turn if they're running out of blank Mox Opal, I'm out of water again. Their own Citadel, sure. Dark Ritual, please. Yeah, we don't have the triple black for Citadel right now. So I'm going to run Narset out and hopefully down tick into Lotus. And that'll let me play Citadel. While also potentially making their deck work worse, who knows. Any idea why Sorin's Float Trigger was designed to have a timing rather than condition check? I mean, they wanted the condition to let his lifelink matter, right? I think if they just have it like check constantly, like if you've gained X amount of life in a turn or what have you. Well, this is annoying. Yeah, that's just a win, They just play their Moxes and they get up to enough Storm. Well, no, hold on. I'll set him to stop on my upkeep here. And let them do their thing. Is this from The Sopranos? This tune? I don't think so. KMFDM track. I don't really know though. Been a few years since I watched The Sopranos. I remember it being surprisingly funny. Oh, they have a Wheel of Fortune in their graveyard. So they can just cast the Wheel of Fortune and make sure that I die here. Oh no, but they're targeting themselves with some of these brain freezes. That removes that line. Oh, they were all targeting me. Okay, they did see the Wheel of Fortune line. Well, bummer. All right, all right. Oh, I also have a Narset too, so they could have gone to empty the library, and like the Narset would have stopped them from decking. Spose. I usually don't upkeep spin in case I draw an important 2-mana card. I don't have very many 2-mana cards in this deck. It'd be like Night's Whisper or Frog. I think I'd rather spin here. Then next turn we can just flip this. Ideally prevent a Tinker. Get that Breach the fuck out of there, huh? But I might be thinking about Treant Maging. What about the Big Jace? Big Jace is kind of slow. It doesn't like really fit our plan. It's like a Meddling Mage for the opponent's Brain Freeze, but only targeting me, right? They still get to dump their deck into the graveyard and play all their cards. If and they choose. And usually you don't want a 4-mana Meddling Mage playing against a deck that wins on turn 3 or whatever. Hello. Why did I shock there instead of playing the Sunken Ruins? Because I wanted to play the Water Grave. Sunken Ruins is annoying to filter through. I can Mystical Tutor for Dark Ritual. Top draw Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual out Tendrils. How much is that? 1, 2, 3. Like 10 damage. Put him to 3 life. I guess that's worth doing. Awkward. So the Citadel's in their graveyards. The Tinker's finding their backup plan here. Whatever that is. Awesome. It wasn't anything they could deal with a menace creature. You also keep your regular AC now, but you lose a lot of the temporary HP that you used to get. Moondruids still get a lot. Animals used to you have to use thought bubbles like Garfield. Yeah, exactly. Hmm. All right. Yeah, so I went upstairs to get some water. And I saw that I had a package, which I'm pretty excited about. This is one of the more like banal things I've ever been excited about. But I got a bunch of Hope's Tongue Oil, TUNG, which I've never used before. But apparently you just like wipe it on wood that you want to be outside. It just makes that protective seal. Penetrates, the oil penetrates, and then it just like stands up to like water way better. This Hymnage Rock plan seems a lot worse when they've got Philia, Philia Eternal Witness Hum. Have any of the 64-person drafts fired? We scrubbed out of one earlier, so yeah. Maybe I should just go get Fatal Push here, I feel like I should be trying to set up to win, but this is pretty annoying. Anyway, I hope I got enough. I just got 2 of these bottles, so 2 quarts. Wondering how much I was having a darn of a time figuring out how much surface they cover. I might just use it on the boards that are gonna be touching the ground, and then come back later and do the rest of it. Have any of y'all used this stuff before? Just on like regular wood. Can be thinned with mineral spirits. What am I using it on? Wood. Timber. Did I try an oil finishing calculator? I mean, it's got to be the right one, right? On the right wood. The most place that I looked was just like over like the product description. Usually product descriptions tell you like roughly how much it'll cover. Depending on how much wood you're using, half a bottle to a bottle should cover a tabletop, depending on how thirsty she is. Okay, thank you. That is helpful. It sounds like I'm going to need a lot more. Unless I'm fine just doing the parts that are going to have ground contact. You can't put too much on. Yeah, but I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about it being expensive and not knowing how much I need to buy and use and stuff. The danger is putting on too little, I guess. Should I be hemming them just in case? Just in case they have a force over there? Probably not. You did a couple shelves this year with it and used like a quarter of a quart? Okay. Watch me lose because I burned that mana. Eight times 3 is 24. They have 28 right now. 10 times 3 is 30. That's plenty. We didn't see a lot of ways. It seemed like they're like a slow value deck, and we didn't see a lot of ways to interact with us. So that's all really good, Kind of exactly what we're looking for. If I'm going to leave boxes outside during the winter, I'll want to go overboard. Well, fair enough, Eric. Fair enough. You're probably right. Chat's convincing me to order a bunch more of this shit. Maybe the brand I bought was just more on the expensive side. Yeah, the stuff I bought was like $1 an ounce. And there's another one that's like 50 cents an ounce. That's a little better. Comes in a 128 ounce jug. This is 32, so that's like 4 quarts. Fucking trying to do math here. More jugs. You do a liner on the inside. I thought about doing a liner. I don't know. I just don't want like any fucking plastic in my garden. Maybe that makes me a weirdo. You went with steel raised beds? Yeah. Yeah, those are nice. Also expensive. I kind of liked how wood looks better. Also, I've had like black steel beds just get like really hot in the summer. Not that it matters much. Just a bunch of different little reasons. The garden fabric does pretty good and isn't plastic. I could not find a garden fabric that was not plastic. They're all like polypropylene or whatever, right? However it's pronounced. The one like quote unquote garden fabric I could find. Okay, there's 2 that are not plastic. Is burlap, which is only really meant to last a season, and then they make a paper one that's only really meant to last a season. Butcher paper. That sounds like something I might be interested in. Is that just like wax paper? Am I doing no dig? I am not. I'm going to be digging out my pathways at the very least, and I think I want to dig just a little bit, just to make it so that that they sit even, so the dirt sits even in the planters. Yeah, I'm doing the wood chips as mulch thing too, Rimfora. I like the butcher paper idea as an inner lining. I like that idea a lot. Somehow my chat's all expert gardeners. One of the cool things about being a streamer is like whatever like niche thing I'm interested in talking about. There's usually at least one person who's like, "Oh, I know the answer to that." Whether it's gardening or animation or diet or anything, science fiction. Oh wow, they're just straight ramping me. I imagine that denies me the Night's Whisper, though. Use cardboard under the wood chips. That's what I'm doing for the pathways. Well, do we just fucking go for it? I could tutor up him to Turok. Maybe increase the chances Citadel resolves. I'm just going to jam it. Well, no, I'm not. I thought I was going to. Yeah, I am. Change my mind like 6 ways to Christmas. Let's Snapcast and back the leak. Damn. You hate using wood chips, they rot after a while. The rot is the perk. That's a bonus. The bonus is that they rot after a while. Now you have additional mulch. Compost. That's like really good compost. Wood is just future dirt, exactly. Have I looked into salad composting? No, is that like a specific thing? Pun's getting a lot of nice damage in here. Really regretting not just mastering the Philia here. I mean, I'm basically dead, right? They 3 me. Flashback Time Warp. And then 6 me. Oh, they didn't get to flashback the Time Warp. That's right. Okay. So I could spend my turn just mastering the Philia. It's probably what I want to do. The idea is you can compost all your food if you throw weeds on it after putting it in the dirt. Huh? That sounds like a pretty regular compost pile. Where I come from. Should have done this mastery on my turn. Now if I Mystical Tutor, I give them a trigger. Does having the Spring Bloom Druid Art give me any passive buffs to gardening? No, it does not, sadly. Recovering a land from wildfires, though, if I ever run into that. Gross. So I was playing on Mystical Tutoring for Tendrils and then Night's Whispering into it. I don't think I have that kind of mana now. I have 5 mana. I think I'm just casting Night's Whisper. Does that do it? 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Feels like it does it, huh? I gotta say, I was not thinking very much this game. Spent half the game talking about tongue oil. Plunging through chat's expertise. What an absolute scam. Yay. That deck was kind of sick, huh?